Okay, question number 10. Only 3 people missed this one. It's basically a squeeze theorem. So we've got the g function and h function, and f is between them on this interval from -2 to 0. And so what we're going to look for is what is the value of the function g at as x approaches -1. And then we're going to look at the value of h, the function, as x approaches -1. So the best way to do this is just direct substitution. So I'll go with the g function first, which is the sine of, we got pi over 2. And then we're going to substitute in that -1, because that's what we're looking for the limit. And so then we're going to add 3 to that at the end. That part might have been missed by, I don't know. Could be. It could be. All right. So the sine, this is basically negative pi over 2. If we distribute that. Wait, no. I'm sorry. Let's do this. Let's combine these two first. They're inside a parenthesis. So what we end up with is just a 1. So the sine of pi over 2 is, if you forgot, let me see. Where can I draw a sine curve? Here's my axes. I'll draw it nice and small. There it is. Pi over 2 is 90, which happens right about there. And so the value is a 1. So this whole thing just becomes 1. We're going to add 3 to that. So we end up with 4. So the limit of this function g as x approaches -1 is 4. Okay, so we got the left hand side of our squeeze theorem here. I'll put a 4 up there. And now let's check h and see if that's also 4. All right, this is a pain. Let me do this. -1/4, and then -1, when you cube it, still gives you a -1. So that basically just becomes +1/4. -3/2. When we square that -1, that's going to just become a 1. And then over here, single x, that's going to be a -1, and we'll add 3 to this. Okay, so we've got +1/4. How good are you at doing your fractions? Minus, I'm going to double both of these numbers, so I end up with 6/4. And then minus, nope, let's add those two together. So we got a +9/4 plus 3. All right, I'm going to do the -6 and 9. That'll be a little easier in my head. So I got 3/4 there plus the 1/4 there. Hey, that's 4/4. I will put that. Where am I going to put that? Well, 4/4 is just 1, and then I'm going to add 3 to it. So that equals 4. Therefore, if the two bounds, we'll say, of the squeeze function are both 4, then the function must be 4.